Hi, welcome to 50 Plus Tech. Today I'd like to talk to you about my favorite chair, the Secret Labs Titan. I have been working remotely for 10 years, 8 years for the same company, and one of the big concerns that I have, since I do sit at a desk all day working, is that the chair is comfortable and sturdy and well made. In 2018, I bought the Secret Labs Titan. After years of struggling with different types of chairs, regular office chairs, gaming chairs, kitchen table chairs, so I tried all kinds of different chairs and none of them were comfortable enough for me to get through a day without pain in my back or pain in my knees or things like that. So it took a while, did some research. It's not inexpensive. The Secret Labs tend to be on the higher end. Not as expensive as a Herman Miller, but they're pretty pricey. But to me, it was worth it to spend a little bit more on the chair to have something that was going to last a while. And it turned out to be the truth. That's exactly what happened. So purchased this chair. It's a Secret Lab Titan. It's made for 300 plus. It's highly adjustable, and I found it. I have no desire to replace this chair, even after 4 years of like 10 to 12 hour a day use, sometimes longer. It just really depends how much work I've got going on or anything else. So this has been a really fantastic chair. Great size for plus size, a great chair for plus size bodies. Nice wide seat, nice deep seat, and just it's just really sturdy. And that was one of my big concerns, is I didn't want to be going through a chair every year because of the amount of time I sit in the chair. The other thing that is really great about the Secret Labs Titan, and keep in mind I've had it for 4 years, it's been easy to keep clean. Now, I have to say, the first thing I did when I bought it was I got this little cover, this little black cover, and so I covered the seat right away. I haven't removed it except to toss it in the wash and then put it back on a few times, every few months. The other thing I did was I put some, and I'll show you this as well, I put some covers on the arms, and that kept it nice and clean. I just take the covers off, toss them in the wash, and put them back on, and so I have a nice clean thing. The one thing, if I was going to point out anything that was not really a concern, but just not an expectation, is that the seat itself is nice and firm. You don't want a squishy kind of seat, because I found even with like the office chairs I had that had nice pillowy, comfortable seats, you usually wound up with being uncomfortable. Your knees are hurting, your back was hurting. It might feel okay, but everything else was really uncomfortable. So the sturdiness of this seat is fantastic, but the problem is I can't sit in it for hours on end without some sort of cushion. So I bought this cushion here. So, and this helps to make the seat worthwhile sitting in. I did try just sitting in the seat for the original seat for 8 hours. And usually when I do that, if my cushion's being washed or whatever, I can tell a difference in terms of my lower back, whether it's in pain or not, or uncomfortable, I shouldn't say pain. But I definitely, if you decide to go ahead and get the Secret Labs chair, get a cushion, especially for those of us who are older, and especially for those of us whose jobs are just, you can't work unless you're in front of the computer. You can't wander around and things like that. So that's definitely something to think about. When I bought my chair in 2018, my friend bought a chair as well. And he's tall, not really heavy, but not a small man either. And I got it, and I'm shorter and rounder, and we both love our chairs. We still have them 4 years later. So I think that that's something to think about. It's not, no matter what height or width or whatever, that it works out really well. So for the cost, I forget what I paid, 350, 400, something like that for this chair. I've had it for 4 years, and it's been sturdy and it's been comfortable, and I have no desire to replace it. So to me, it was worthwhile. And one thing I would say, if you decide to go and get a Secret Labs chair now, pay attention to, and you're a larger body, pay attention to which versions of the chair are available for larger sizes, because I've noticed I bought the Secret Lab Titan, and back then it was plus 300, so 300 and up you could buy it. But if you go to if you look at the Secret Lab website now and the new chairs that they have, some of them the versions aren't necessarily, don't just automatically assume that it's going to be plus 300. So definitely take a look at that before you go and buy a chair. Okay, so the back, you can adjust. One of the things that I found really good is that they have a little knob in the back here that you can turn, and you can, there's a little lumbar support back here. So you can turn it, so if you're having particular issues with your back, then you can use the little lumbar thing, and it'll push it out, and it'll press against your lower back if you're having issues. The other thing is that the piston on my chair is doing fine right now, but I am noticing just a little bit after 4 years with the 300-pound woman sitting in it, just a little less stability. So I bought a new piston, and I got myself a great big hammer, so I'm probably going to replace it just so I can use this chair for another 4 years. There's no real big issues, but I did notice a little bit, like when I go to make it a little higher, it tends to kind of sink a little bit. So I'm looking at just replacing I bought a brand new piston, and I'll take the piston, but I'm not quite strong enough to get it out. So it's the only reason I haven't replaced the piston. But I wouldn't get a brand new chair. I would rather just replace the piston on this chair, because like I said, the Secret Labs chair is a high quality chair, and it's great for larger bodies. Just make sure that you look at what the weight capacity is on the chairs. It's changed a little bit since I bought it 4 years ago. And I was able to keep it really clean because I bought this chair cover and some arm covers, and I just take the arm covers and the chair covers and toss them in the wash and then put them back in. It's like I've got a brand new chair. So I would definitely recommend this chair, and it lasts a long time. It's not something that you're going to be going and replacing the chair in a year or a year and a half. So that is my recommendation on this. If you have any questions about it, or are thinking about buying one for yourself or for someone in your family, let me know. So far, 4 years, fantastic chair, super comfortable, no plans to replace it. Okay, thank you. I will see you in the next one.